Gone are days of being a mysterious artist. If you're watching this, you're probably a longtime fan of my music. And if not, oh my god, stop. I'm so shy. If you guys don't know me, my name is Bronze Avery if you're nasty. I think in our modern time, we're seeing a lot of artists that are more and more and more like me that write their own songs, sing them, produce them, direct music videos, take their own cover art, handle the business and logistics of actually running your artist project, figuring out your marketing tactics, posting on social media. The list goes on and on and on. However, when I was growing up, that was not really the norm at all. You were honestly even lucky if you could do like 2 or 3 of these things. And also you were granted the beautiful, beautiful gift of mystery. That's just not really the case anymore. And as an artist that grew up really admiring a mysterious vibe, and also I'm a Scorpio and I value a lot of privacy. This has been the hardest thing for me to transition, coming from the analog age of music and transitioning into the digital age of music, and then transitioning again to the social age of music. I've had to really unlearn the fact that you cannot grow as an artist unless you share a little bit more about what people want from you. I just watched an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow and she was talking about kind of the age of Hollywood that she was popularized in, which there was no social media, so the tabloids were searching for anything, like Gwyneth Paltrow drinks a smoothie. However, especially with the rise of how much AI art is coming out, it's even more important that we as artists show our process, our inspirations, our struggles, because those things actually make the art valuable, not necessarily the art itself, which is something else I had to unlearn. That even though I love my songs and I think they're amazing and my videos and all of my art, sometimes people like all of those things because they just love me or they just really fuck with my vibe. I think that is valid and important. It's not just about the numbers, but sometimes your social awareness is really important. Like if people want to play your music video at gay music video night because they just think you're cool. And that's actually something that AI does not have value in. As an artist who makes a lot of original art and who's been making a lot of original art for a long time, I definitely think AI art is not going away. It's becoming more and more normalized. But what we can also normalize is really valuing the creator of the art and asking more questions about the creator. What's their story? What are their intentions? Where are they going? Art is no longer made in this like one directional thing where it's like I make the art and then you receive it and that's it. There's way more of this two-way communication, but also there's context. Really good art has context, and the artist's story is a lot of times what helps make that context. I'm gonna start a weekly series where I just get on here and tell you everything that's going on about my artist project and also sprinkle in some personal details. I'm not sure if they're just gonna be sitting down videos like this or if they're gonna be vlog style. I'll probably try a mixture of both just to see what I like doing more, and also, you know, if you guys like one more or the other, you can always let me know too. I'm gonna put on a shirt because I honestly feel a little douchey. Okay, I feel a lot less douchey. Okay, right now there are about 4 things that have been plaguing my mind. First thing is this Friday the 19th, I am doing this really big party called the Republic of Motion, which is named after my EP coming out this year called the Republic of Motion. I really just wanted to do this event because I go out a lot and I party a lot, but I also feel like I go out to a lot of parties where music is just really not the priority. It's more so the vibes or hot men. I just wanted to create a space where people could get together because they all like the same type of music, which is also the inspiration of the EP coming out. I was actually working on a completely different album that I had to push back for next year because I had a grant that I was waiting for because I'm also Canadian, but I didn't get approved for any of the funding, so I had to scrap the album and push it back to next year. So I came up with a new EP concept that was actually directly related to what was going on, which was seeing so many families be affected by the ice raids here across the United States, but also especially here in Los Angeles, California. I was just kind of dreaming of a country or a place that everybody could get in and feel accepted just because they love music and the humanity in one another. If you were born there or how you got there, like none of that really matters. It's actually just about your love for music and your love for people. Dance music particularly is such an escape. There's so many festivals across the world where people will travel millions of miles just to be around other people who share the same love of dance music. I'm really excited about the event because on the same day, which is the second thing I'm thinking about, my single Automatic comes out, which is truly my favorite song I've ever created. It's a really unique song in the sense that all the songs I've been putting out as of recent, I've usually produced and written it either alone or with very little help. It was written with my friend Will. This one was produced by my friend Dylan, who also goes by Lost Boy. He really led the production on this. Like, I think added a couple of like guitars that he bit crushed, but just such a talented producer. And when we first met, I told him that I really wanted to make a song like Empire of the Sun because they're one of my biggest inspirations. And he was like, say no more, literally one of my biggest inspirations too. The Day of Bounds / Master is the one that we are going with. I never wanted to make any changes to the song. I've never did any edits. I didn't re-record any vocals. I just thought it was perfect as is. It's my favorite demo to listen to. Me and my management at the time have been looking for just some type of distribution or marketing dollars that we could spend so we can make Automatic the video it really deserves, because whenever I do music videos, they tend to help push the needle on the song, which is just normal. This time around, I just didn't really have the funding for it. I couldn't really nail a deal, but this time it's giving very free 99, which doesn't feel like I'm giving the song its pure justice, but there's also a part of me that feels like maybe it was the plan of the universe anyway. That's coming out on the same day as the party, which I've never really had a single release party, and it's technically not a single release party, but it is happening the same day as my single, so I'm kind of treating it as both. Number 3 is on Monday, I'm announcing a show at the Moroccan. It's my first time ever doing a headlining show in Los Angeles, so I know my Los Angeles fans will be really happy about that. And because it's here in my city, I actually get to put production value behind it, where I can bring like cool set pieces from my house and have a bunch of special guests, things that I could never do because usually when I'm performing, I'm like traveling to another city. Excited about that, even though I have not started preparing a singular fucking detail of it. So I haven't created a visualizer for Automatic, so you guys have something to watch literally here on YouTube. Lastly but not least is actually the EP Republic of Motion, and I ideally want it to come out the very top of November. I have a fear of releasing things in the winter. Like, I didn't want to do my album in the winter, which is ultimately why I decided to push it back. But I was like, I could do an EP in the winter, especially if it's like dance music, because when the top of the year rolls around next year in January, I'll be able to like actually promote those songs like in the sun and in the summer with like new fresh energy. But I also thought it'd be kind of fun to end each video with what I've been obsessed with lately. One is Zara Larsson. I've been obsessed with Zara Larsson ever since Rooftop came out back in like 2014. If you're a Zara Larsson stan like me, it's just been a matter of time. Like, she's already had so much global success where I wasn't even really stressed about it or worried about it. But now that she's having so much US success, it's like really inspiring to see that if you just keep going, like eventually you will make it to where you want to be. And every video just reminds me, like they always say like she's Beyonce's daughter, and I totally believe it. Just every video when I'm watching her live, it reminds me of when I'm watching videos of Beyonce live, where I just can't look away because the talent is just so undeniable. I've also been really obsessed with the concept of romance lately. Growing up, I was really, I don't want to say shamed, but I was kind of made fun of for being such a romantic person. I think it's the artist in me. I'm also a Cancer moon, so I think there's like an emotional side to me that just is dying to get out. The idea of writing love letters, expressing yourself truly and honestly. Especially in our current dating culture, I feel like people really are easy to just dip out when something doesn't feel comfy for them. But it's really hard to find someone you actually connect with on a pretty deep level, even a surface level, to be honest. There are so many options, especially here in LA. There are endless options of people that you could date. But I've been really obsessed with locking in, and that's something I didn't do before. I was very like, I'll go wherever and do whatever. I don't want to lock anything down. And now I'm very, I think it's time. Also, I've been obsessed with making physical art in the house. You can kind of tell my apartment does not have a ton of art on the walls because I am a minimalist. I also live with another artist who is honestly better at physical art. It's been really fulfilling to walk around the house and see art that we've created. I feel like as artists, it's kind of cool to treat our house like a gallery. So that's been really inspiring me. This has been so sweet and a lot easier to do than I thought it was. Comment if there's anything you want to hear me touch on specifically, and I can get into that. Or if there's something you've been dying to see, this is the time. And I really think I'm going to make this a YouTube exclusive. All right, bye. Love you guys.